I'm Maya Angelou. I am an American poet, actor, singer, dancer, and civil rights activist. I spoke 6 different languages. I wrote and directed several movies. I was born April 4th, 1928. I changed the world by encouraging people to fight for what they believed in and never giving up. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, and you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like air, I'll rise. I died May 28, 2014. I'm Maya Angelou.
Hi, I'm Frederick Douglass. I was born in 1818 in Decatur, Maryland. I was a civil rights activist. I fought for African American and women's. I spoke across different states, sharing my message of equality and freedom. I'm Frederick Douglass. I died February.
My name is Rebecca Lee Crumpler. I was born on February 8th, 1831 in Christiana, Delaware. I was the first African American female to get a doctorate's degree of medicine in 1864. I first practiced medicine in Boston, Massachusetts, primarily for poor women and children. Later, after the Civil War, I moved to Richmond, Virginia for more missionary work. I worked for the Freedmen's Bureau, and I gave medical care to freed slaves. I was subject to sexism and racism in the workplace. I also published a book of medical discourses dedicated to nurses and mothers, in addition to being the only female physician author in the 19th century. I died on March 9th, 1894. I am Rebecca Lee Crumpler.
Hey, I am Sojourner Truth. I was born in 1797 in Rifton, New York. When I was younger, I was born in 1797 in Rifton, New York. I was an African American abolitionist and women's rights activist. I was sold at the age of 9 for $100 in a herd of sheep. The family I was sold to spoke English, and I was beaten because I could not understand what they were saying. I was sold again after that. Sooner or later, I was forced to marry an older slave named Thomas, and we had 4 children. I was promised by my owner that I was going to be let free, but I found out that he broke that promise, so I ran away, and my master found me. But luckily, a family turned me in and paid my master to let me stay with them. Later, I became a traveling preacher, and I died in 1883, November 26th, in Battle Creek, Michigan. I am Sojourner Truth.
Hi, my name is Rosa Parks. I was born in Tuskegee, Alabama in 1930. My mother was a teacher and my father was a civil rights activist builder. One day, I got home from work and I decided to get on the bus. And I decided to sit on one of the front row seats. And then the bus driver told me to move and I said no. And then he told me to move again and I said no again. And then he called he said, I'm going to have you arrested. And then the 2 police officers came on the bus, and I said, why do you people treat us like this? And then one of the police officers said, I don't know, it's just the law. And then I got thrown in jail, but when I got out of jail, when I got out of jail, I got married to somebody that was just right for me. Come on, Kaylee. And then we had 2 children, and I died October 19th, 2050. The only tired I was giving in. I'm Rosa Parks.
My name is Coretta Scott King. I was born April 27, 1927 in Marion, Alabama. I'm the mother of 4 and the wife of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who was also an American civil rights activist. I'm a civil rights, women's rights, equal rights, and human rights activist author. I won the Gandhi Peace Prize, which is an award prize for peace, and they named the Coretta Scott King Award for Authors after me. In 2005, I had a stroke which paralyzed the left side of my body and left me unable to speak. I died January 30th, 2006 in Resorto Beach, Mexico. I am Coretta Scott King.
I am Harriet Tubman. I was born in 1820, Maryland, and I was a slave. I was born a slave, and one day I was moved to a different family, and it was my boss's family. I had to take care of his baby, and if the baby cried, I got whooped. And soon later, I became I found the Underground Railroad, and then we took it under the ground. I saved over 300 people through it, and then we ended up in Pennsylvania, and then I changed my name to Harriet, and I died in 1929. My name is Harriet.
I am Muhammad Ali. I was born January 17, 1942 in Louisville, Kentucky. Muhammad Ali has not always been my name. It was Cassius Clay before, but that was my slave name. So in 1964, I was about 22 years old. I changed it to Muhammad Ali. You might not notice, but I was the one who influenced the black organizers who formed the backbone of the civil rights movement. I spent most of my life attacking racist comments and encouraging people to stand up for their rights and what they believed in. But that has not all been my life. I was also you may know I also was a boxer. I was the first fighter and African American fighter to win a world championship on 3 separate occasions, and I defended my title 19 times. I died on January 3rd, 2016. I am Muhammad Ali. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Martin Luther King Jr. I was an American Baptist minister and activist, the leader of civil rights movement in my time from 1954 to 1968. I was mostly known for my famous speech, I Have a Dream speech. In this speech, some of you guys might not know what it's about, but I'll tell you. My speech was about bringing all people together, not just black and whites, but all people, so we could be equal. God made us this way. I was assassinated in Memphis in 1968. My name is Martin Luther King Jr.
I am Ruby Bridges. I was born on September 8th, 1954, and in 1960, I was the first child to go to an all-white school when I was accepted by only one teacher. Because of my color, I did everything alone at school, but it didn't matter to me. I attended school every day, no matter what, to get where I am now, married with children, and I am 64. I am Ruby Bridges.
I am Medgar Willie Evers. I am an African American male. I am a civil rights activist. I'm a civil rights activist. I was born July 2nd, 1925. I was the first black secretary for the NAACP, which stands for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, if you didn't know. I have 3 kids by Merle Evers. I died June 12th, 1963 at 37 years old. I was assassinated. I am Medgar Willie Evers.